Hey, what is going on, guys? Car Feed back again, bringing you guys another cool and exciting video. And today I want to talk about Jaguar. Obviously, it's one of the luxury car brands, and we've heard a lot of exciting news. And Julian Thompson, Jaguar's new director of design, described it as a fabulous looking car, adding that the electric XJ will be more of a car for driving than being driven in. So I've actually done a full video on the electric Jaguar XJ where you can see more of the spy shots and some of the expectations on how that's going to be. But moving along, there's not much information about the Jaguar J-Pace, but I'm going to tell you guys everything we know. But even more so and more unknown is the new Land Rover, which is internally known as the Road Rover. Both models will be SUVs and will be offered with electric power, but the J-Pace is set to also become available eventually with conventional powertrains, sharing most likely the same hybrid straight six units in the next Range Rover. The ICE variant of the J-Pace will also be produced along with the Range Rover at Solihull. Jaguar is currently pondering the fate of the XC and XF models, as poor sales are forcing them to rethink whether to replace both of them with a new crossover model or not. And Jaguar's F-Type replacement is also far from being decided, but the model is said to be quietly profitable for the brand, so I don't see that going away. But I think my prediction and everything with the direction of things that Jaguar has really been going, they did invest a lot of money in research and technology in the production of their I-Pace fully electric SUV, which is one of the first of its kind and definitely one of the most important cars for the brand, because it essentially establishes the foundation and technology to apply to different other drivetrains. So my recommendation and prediction would be for the sedan, the XC sedan, as I mentioned, to be turned into an electrified sedan, and that can be on its own, and the rest of the sedans slowly be phased out with smaller SUV crossovers, and then also the Land Rover SUV variant, which is going to be called the Road Rover, not just the Land Rover. So with an overview of the Jaguar J-Pace and everything we know, just before I get into that as well, guys, to add, I will be making a video fully on the Land Rover Road Rover when we know more, so stay tuned for that. But again, Jaguar J-Pace starting at approximately $65,000 is our guess. Filling an obvious gap in the Jaguar will be the mid-size J-Pace SUV, which is expected to arrive as a 2021 model. The J-Pace will take on premium mid-size sedans such as the BMW X5, the Porsche Cayenne, and the Mercedes-Benz GLE class, but we expect it to offer more seductive styling than its rivals. Little is known about the J-Pace so far, but we know it's going to be sold eventually, and it could be the vehicle that launches the brand's new inline six-cylinder technology, which will almost certainly offer an electrified version, be that a full EV or a plug-in hybrid powertrain, which I definitely think is the most viable option. And in terms of pricing and which one to buy, if we're going on the trim levels of current Jaguar models, we have the base, which is around $65,000 US, premium $70,000, prestige $75,000, R Sport $80,000, and SVR $100,000. And guess we're here just predicting this based on the current trim levels, as I mentioned, but we're gonna time is gonna tell, and I think depending on the size of the vehicle, it might be a little bit different from this, as these are numbers retrieved from the current Jaguar F-Pace, which is also sort of a BMW X5 competitor, but I think this is going to be even more enticing due to the fact that their engines are a little bit peppier, more efficient, and then they are electrified or hybridized at least, which is again a very big incentive. And I think the hybridization of not only the Land Rover Range Rovers, their flagship model SUV, but also some of these Jaguar models, I think it's going to be a big hit for them, because I understand that fully electrification is not only the sexy and flashy thing to do these days, but I think it takes a lot of money, and the infrastructure is just a little bit slow on that in terms of how fast it's being rolled out and accepted. So I think hybridization is a way for a lot of people that are living in the city can still get fully electrified ranges when they're going slower speeds, which is common in cities obviously, but then also have that regular gasoline consumption when they're going faster. It's really the best of both worlds, with Jaguar also not investing as much into expanding that all-electric technology that they did with the I-Pace, but then still having it there to be class leading. So engine, transmission, and performance, Jaguar has been busy developing new powertrains as of late, and we expect a new inline 6-cylinder engine to be offered in the future, an engine that should seem to fit perfectly under the hood of a mid-size luxury SUV. There's also talk of additional electrical vehicle offerings. As with the smaller I-Pace SUV, the J-Pace could fit quite a large battery pack to deliver decent all-electric range as well, and a plug-in hybrid model is also possible, and in my opinion likely. We won't know more about powertrains being offered on the J-Pace until closer to its launch date, and again, with the current world situation right now, I think that's going to be put on hold for a little bit longer, but as soon as there's more news on this, I'm going to be here to tell you guys. So fuel economy and real world MPG, without really more details on the available powertrains, it's not really possible to estimate the fuel economy of the J-Pace. Jaguar would be smart to be targeting fuel sippers in this segment, such as the Acura MDX and the Volvo XC90, which delivered 28 and 27 mpg respectively on the 200-mile highway fuel economy test route. But again, if it does have some better performance capabilities, it might not be comparable to a Volvo or an Acura. We're definitely not on the same level performance wise, but if it is hybridized, maybe it will even be better. In terms of interior comfort and cargo, if the smaller F-Pace's interior is anything to go by, the J-Pace will be lined in nice materials, Windsor leather upholstery, rear wood, and aluminum trim, and feel truly upscale. With the larger mid-size body, we expect an additional passenger space, particularly in the rear seat, as well as an optional third row of seats for extra passengers. Cargo capacity should be enough to accommodate families and keep up with rival SUVs. For concept, 26 carry-on suitcases inside the Mercedes GLE 450 and the BMW X5. So this is going to be a smidgen bigger than the Jaguar F-Pace. Infotainment and connectivity, like it or not, the J-Pace will almost certainly come with a touchscreen heavy interior with several displays to cover infotainment, vehicle settings, climate control, and more. The so-called In-Control Touch Pro Duo system is currently offered in most of the rest of the Jaguar and Land Rover lineups, and while slick looking, its operations are often buggy and delayed, so I'm hoping that the technology is definitely going to be a big area for improvement for the next J-Pace. Navigation, Sirius XM satellite radio, Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integration will all likely be standard as well. And lastly, safety and driver assistance features. Since the J-Pace hasn't been shown in concept form, neither the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration nor the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety have crash test report, but I expect the J-Pace to come with a host of driver assistance features as standard and an optional semi-autonomous driving mode, which is also likely, as nearly all of the J-Pace established rivals have such a feature, as well as already there's some sort of lane keep safety technology, lane keep assist safety technology that is on the newest top level trim of the Jaguar F-Pace SVR. So I'm definitely hoping that technologically, overall, I think I'm going to give you guys a brief summary of what I expect the J-Pace to be improving. It's essentially going to be the Jaguar F-Pace with a little bit more size and improved technology and safety components to not only make your ride smoother, the technology smoother and more, more adaptable and just comprehensive and usable, because some of the delays have really been a little bit annoying. I currently have a Jaguar F-Pace SUV, and that is one of my main complaints. But then also adding some of that adaptive cruise control or lane keep assist could also take that technology to another level. The fact that it could be hybridized as well is very exciting. So I'm excited to see what the detailed trim levels are and the performance capabilities. And if they don't really stack up and entice me, I will be getting the Jaguar F-Pace SVR, and that'll be good enough for me. But thank you guys so much for watching this video on the 2021 Jaguar J-Pace and everything we know. Stay tuned for the video where I talk about the Land Rover Road Rover. Again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Stay safe and have a great day.